I'm the warlord of 8 Peaks. Yous remember that?
Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to do another video on Warhammer 3 and my personal favorite green skin faction, Skarsnik. I'm going to give you a little startup guide on Skarsnik because he doesn't seem to be a very popular green skin lord, and to me he's one of the best. But I feel like people go into Skarsnik campaigns with the wrong idea about him. You've kind of got to play into his strengths, and if you look at him, so his campaign effects, he's got lightning strike battles, which is awesome. But he also has, where's his campaign? It's not actually showing it for some reason, but he has minus 40% upkeep on goblin units, and this applies to your lords and your heroes, all of your goblin units, including if you have Grom the Paunch unlocked, like you've bought that DLC. This will apply to the Snotling pump wagons, everything like that. He's a lot of fun though if you get into it. Well, I like Skarsnik for the same reason I like Gorst. He takes some of the worst units in the game, and that's what he buffs. All of his research, his character traits. You can really take your goblin units and buff them up to the point where they're actually decent units, and then combine that with the negative 40% starting upkeep reduction on goblin units, which you can actually bump that up even more through his tech tree. So you can end up having like double the amount of armies that any other greenskin lord can manage. If you look through their tech tree, it's I mean, you'll see it. It's pretty good. So right off the bat, you're probably the first one you're gonna get more upkeep reduction for goblin infantry, leadership for goblins, melee attack for goblins, missile strength for goblins, recruit rank for goblin and night goblin units, armor for goblin units, missile strength, melee attack for goblins, speed for goblins, charge bonus for goblins. The only ones, like, they do have some techs that will actually buff orc units, but you can't recruit orc units until you take crack 8 peaks, and even then I'm not sure why you would. The black orcs are the only ones that I would even consider recruiting, really, at this at any point, and that would be late game. But most of these tech tree upgrades are going to be for your goblin units. That's another one right here, this casualty replenishment rate plus 10% for goblin units. There's several techs that will increase your casualty replenishment rate for those units. And I mean, once you get into this pretty good, now here at the start, you know, with Skarsnik being level 1 and all that, yes, the goblin units are still a little weak at this point. Not bad, but it does get quite a bit better really quick for the goblin units. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put Sly in with Skarsnik. He does have. Did it show that one? It does not show it. I don't know why it's not showing these. But with Skarsnik, he increases the rate at which heroes gain experience. So the Sly, he's going to level quite a bit faster than Skarsnik. Alright, so let's do our first battle here with these guys. I'm going to try and give you like the first 10 turns on how to get started with this guy. But yeah, the same with Gorst. You're buffing some of the worst units in the games, goblins, and to me that makes it fun. It makes the campaign more challenging, and that's something that I like. You know, I like having the specific lord effects from each legendary lord. Skarsnik's is one of the ones that I enjoy more because it's just fun to me. You're not trying to go out and get like tier 3 units. I mean, you will, but honestly, I think it's more fun this way. Okay, so you've got Vanguard deployment on your night goblins at the start. I'm not actually going to use it for this battle. And eventually, up in the tech tree, you're going to be able to get Vanguard deployment for all of your goblin units, so that ends up being a lot of fun.
Stabbers ready! Gotta kill him! Goblins! Lads! Charge! Squig hoppers! Gobbos rule!
I really do. I just really enjoy this campaign, though. It's a pretty good one. Also, your fanatics, I believe, get this Bola ability. I don't know. It's pretty good though. Look, it ends up doing a good bit of damage. I forgot to send in my squigs because I was talking about it, but. And they're already broke. Except for the enemy lord. Let's buff the damage up here a little bit. There it is. $56 losses, I mean, yeah, not a big deal. I'm not going to be running down all the enemy units just to try and get through this a little faster. I don't recommend auto-resolving. The losses get pretty ridiculous when all of your units are goblins. Can't say that I recommend that. It's not like with the dwarves where your units are just pretty highly valued, even at tier 1, so you take a few less losses from auto-resolve. They also have the army replenishment from this combined with all of the other replenishment effects you'll get end up being pretty good, but we don't need it right now. I am going to take, see there, that was what I was talking about Sly leveling up so fast because he's in Skarsnik's army. Skarsnik didn't quite level. Sly more than leveled off of that one battle, so that's going to be, you'll get about 3 levels for every 2 that Skarsnik gets. And this says it's a valiant defeat, but I mean, you can win this pretty easily. That Ragnarok spider is so overpowered, especially in the early game, that it doesn't really matter. Okay. Here we go.
Warlord of 8 peaks!
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Running!
Speed them up just a little bit. Those goblin wolf riders, we don't really want to send the squigs into them, so I'm actually going to bring them to the other side. I forgot about that.
Stickers ready! Mook says do it! Goblins! What are we doing? Killing time!
We're not going to send that. And the wolf riders are shadowing my squigs, so that's a lot of fun.
Stabbers ready! Gonna kill him! Stab him! You first! Stickers ready! Spring hoppers! Moving fast! Gonna kill him! Get out to ready!
If you can remember to, it's good to use your, I don't even know what these are called, but they're pretty good.
Gonna kill him! Warlord of 8 peaks!
What are those called? Spinning loons? Yeah, that ability's pretty broken for these guys.
Running! Stick him!
I'm going to use my squigs to keep these guys occupied.
Charge! Stab him! Ready to scrap!
Use your wall ability. That's going to give everybody the armor piercing and more melee attack, and it just, yeah, this battle's just about over right there, just from using that one ability.
You first! Let's fight!
I could do a better job of keeping my guys in combat. Definitely.
Charge! Goblins! Squig hoppers! Let's get 'em! Moving fast!
And this battle's pretty much over. I just have to get Skarsnik over to those guys. My Ragnarok spider did end up taking a good bit of damage, but that's okay.
Stab 'em!
He'll regenerate before too long.
Goblins! Gobbos rule! Running! Gobbos rule!
There it is. That battle ends up hurting a little more, but it's not that bad. Especially considering how fast Skarsnik gets to recruit. "111 kills with those fanatics, 128 kills with these, 180 on your squig hoppers." I mean, they end up doing pretty good. And then the Ragnarok just being a damage soak for your army really helps. You gotta be kind of careful with that Ragnarok spider. You don't want to lose it because you can't replace it for quite a while. But it puts in a lot of work this early in the campaign. It's also, I also really like the fact that most of your research in the early game is really quick. It's 1 or at most, I think, 3 turns to get your research in. So you'll start seeing benefits from your research pretty quick. I don't suppose you would have to do it this way. Look, Sly is already level 4 on turn 1.
Me protter's ready.
I really like to get this one first, just to buff up the goblins right off the bat. And then you need to get Dagobos pretty quick. That's going to give you a pretty good buff to the goblin units pretty quick. Let's pick elusive. We're gonna get Stalker pretty quick, but he took a lot of damage that fight, so. Alright, building upgrade. Normally I would not have your main recruitment for your infantry troops in your capital of a province, but with Skarsnik it's actually needed because you want the tier 4 to be able to get the fanatics. So this is one campaign where I actually leave this building in the main settlement and won't move it later on. Get the Cave of Shinies. Try and get your income up. I'm gonna take that and the growth. So we're gonna be working on our income and our growth on these smaller provinces. Just try and get that up as fast as possible. And I'm already going to go ahead and recruit a new lord. I'm actually going to get a great shaman first for my first army I'm going to recruit. I'm not going to recruit into his army though. So let's do something like that. I guess you could look at diplomacy. Clan Verms, they're out this way, so I don't mind giving them treaties at the start. Because your main focus on Skarsnik will be moving south and west into this, trying to get to Karak 8 Peaks. So that's Clan Verms. I don't really care. I'll give them a treaty just so I don't have to be looking this direction at the start. And I think that's everything we need to do on our first turn, so we'll go ahead and end the turn. But yeah, Skarsnik is going to start out being able to recruit 4 units on your first turn. And I think it's your second or third turn you'll be able to recruit 5 or 6. I can't remember. Guess we'll see. So you're able to fill the ranks of these armies really quick. Alright, so there's your first one. That's going to give you 1 reputation per turn. That's not bad, but this is the one we want. It's going to take 2 turns to get this one, and then 1 turn to get abuse them, 1 turn to get use them. So in another 4 turns, I'm gonna have the goblin units buffed up pretty decently.
Ready. On the way. I'm a schemer. Killing time.
And his army's already at 14 out of 20. I think by the end of this turn, he will have the full a full 20 stack. And I'm not going to worry too much about Vanguard deployment here right at the start. It can help, but I'm just not there yet to where I need to be worrying about it. I'm going to keep the Ragnarok and Sly back a little bit on this fight. And maybe that one unit of Fanatic. I think they're fine.
Night is here. We is better than them. Squig hoppers. Warlord of 8 peaks. That'd be good. Goblins.
So when you pick up these nasty skulkers, they have the stalk
Where's goblins?
and Vanguard deployment right at the start. So you can move them up a little bit more.
Goblins ready.
Yeah, something like this.
Moving fast.
And they have the goblin archers there on the sides of the formation, so I usually like to
Get 'em. If God wants it.
try and take them out early.
Nasty skulkers. Here's goes. Let's fight.
Oh, I said I was gonna keep the Ragnarok back, and then I lied.
Let's
Oh God, what am I doing?
go.
Sorry, I'm not doing an amazing job this game
Here's gobos.
at all.
I'm the boss.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna lose this because I'm an idiot.
What? Goblo is hungry. Running.
I'm an idiot.
Nasty skulkers.
I'm going to lose this.
Let's fight.
I hope not. That would be a bad start.
Gobos rule. Running.
There we go. Oof, I hope I didn't lose that unit. They'll heal fairly fast, but I was being kind of stupid with my units there. Trying to focus on too many different things at once. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They're gonna survive that. Maybe. Maybe. It's not the end of the world if they die. It's not terribly long before I can replace them, but I really do like those units, so I don't want to lose them. Probably within I don't know, 10 or 12 turns, you'll replace most of your regular goblin units in Skarsnik's army with not goblin units. So it doesn't take too long, but yeah. It shouldn't be wiped out, they never even broke. It's kind of what I mean about Skarsnik making the goblin units so much better, though. I think that's a fun campaign mechanic. Okay, yeah, we didn't lose it. Alright, so there we have our first province.
Me protter's ready.
Sly is 5, getting ready to be 6. Let's pick up this one.
You need me?
Yeah. Guess we'll pick that, and then we'll go into the Decabos. Okay, so now he can recruit 5. Once you can do this. I don't know, I think I usually go with the construction, but you can do the brag about the boss, and you know what, let's actually do that for now. That'll help us get the armies built up a little quicker. Go ahead and upgrade these, go up to level 2.
Supreme ruler of 8 pigs.
Alright, so what do we want? Let's take 2 more nasty skulkers. One. 3, that would give me 5 archer units. I'm gonna have to think about that. But you can look at the upkeep for these units. It's just insanely low for every single one of these. Squighopper's a little higher. The Arachnarok Spider is almost 500 upkeep. So that's that's like 6 to 9 of these other units spent on one unit there, but what are you gonna do? Don't think we want anything. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and end the turn. And one of your biggest challenges early on in the Skarsnik campaign will be the dwarves. You will end up fighting the dwarves. It's going to happen, so just get ready for it. The nasty skulkers do a really good job against the dwarves with the armor piercing, but they are a little more challenging to use. Alright, so we're going to bring him down this way. Bring you down this way.
I got plans.
Alright, so he has one more unit. Let's get another archer, I guess. We'll spend the rest of our recruitment on this guy. Something like that. The fun thing about Skarsnik, though, is you're going to be able to support 3 or 4 armies off of 2 provinces. So you can you can steamroll pretty quick early on. And after you get some of your technology in, yes, they are cheaper and worse units in the goblins, but after you get the technology in a little bit and start leveling up your lords to buff the goblin units, it doesn't really matter that they're goblins. They will end up holding their own pretty quickly. I just absolutely love campaigns like this. I mean, that where the Lord buffs some of the weakest units in the game, it just makes it so much more fun. Alright, so we've got our Gobby Gobbos. That's fun. I mean, I kind of want this one, but we are doing so much recruiting early on that this recruit rank +1 I think will make more of an impact right now. So we'll get this. I don't have Grom the Paunch unlocked to get the snot wagons or whatever they're called. I'm going to move him down here, sly level. This campaign would be quite a bit better though if you were to have that DLC. I'm going to move you down to here. Alright, let's get one more of you. Something like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Don't need to build anything this turn. I'm trying to get my second army up to full strength as fast as possible so I can go after the dwarves. If you can get the, is it Thorgrim? If you can get Thorgrim out early in this campaign, it makes a world of difference. I'm not sure if he has the Pillars of Grugny yet. We're about to find out. Yeah, he does. So he already has that one. Alright, now we'll get this one. That's just one more turn to get that tech. I really feel like I'm gonna go faster. And then sharper stabs. Because of melee attack for goblin and not goblin infantry units. Another reason people aren't realizing that how powerful the research and the talents, how much of a difference it's going to make. Yes, these units do have low attack and low defense and low weapon strength and all of that, but they also have more men in one unit, so each goblin unit has 120. These, oh yeah, they have 120. So that makes more of a difference because they have more men in each unit. I don't know. Those techs actually make quite a bit of a difference because of that, though. Yes, maybe you're only buffing like their melee attack by 3, but you've got 120 men in that unit that are getting +3 attack. So it adds up pretty quick. And for your archers, maybe you're only increasing their attack by 1 or 2, but because they have so many units in each unit, it actually ends up being a pretty huge difference. Squid coppers. I'm gonna put you together this turn. Alright. We do not have Vanguard deployment yet for everything, but we'll get there. Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 of these guys, bring them on this side, and where are my other 2? There they are. Put them over here. Alright, so all of these move up to there. Move up to there.
Moving fast. That's good. Gonna kill him! One in! Please, Gorbos! I'm the boss! Stabber's ready! Me is better than them! Not a stabber! Sticker's ready!
Oh, I'm doing horribly at getting my units in the fight.
Drink the brew!
It's gonna be okay. It's going to be okay.
The lads are ready! You sure? Sticker's ready!
Alright, those units have all already broken.
Ready! Squig hoppers!
Oh my god, I left those. Wow, this battle would be over if I hadn't forgotten that unit. Okay, so well, it's over now. I probably took a few more losses because of that, but 65 losses on all goblin units, I mean, pfft. Yeah. So, what I'm trying to figure out right now is whether I'm ready to bring my second army up. I think I need to bring my second army up. Maybe I don't. I don't think... Am I already at war with the dwarves? I don't know if you start at war with the dwarves. Is part of the problem there. It would kind of make sense if you did. I don't know. We'll see. That Ragnarok spider got 61 kills that battle. Oh, I have a leadership banner. We're just gonna occupy for now. Okay. We are not at war with them, so I think I'm going to keep this army back in this province for this turn. It's going to get him up to 18. And we're going to go up here. More growth. Upgrade that. That's great.
You want schemes? I got schemes.
So yeah, once you get 3 points in the gobos, you've got +6 melee attack, +6 melee defense, 20% ammunition for your goblin missile infantry, and 8% missile strength. So that's a pretty good buff for your troops there. And honestly, by the time you get 3 here, and you'll start putting them in this top line, probably, it'll be about time to start working on this line. So I usually don't get the Blade Master line until later on with Skarsnik.
Skarsnik, warlord.
Alright, what are we gonna get for you? I'm waiting on him to get the giant spider mount. I like that one. Do we want that? I think we wait on that one. I don't know which one is better, weapon strength or melee attack. You can pick whatever you want on that, I guess. I don't really know what you would want to get. I think I'm going to wait until the next turn, and I'll start recruiting a third army at Mount Gunbad. And diplomacy. The Red Eye are going to die pretty quick. Yeah, I'll give you a non-aggression, because I don't want to look that way. Oh, well. The Red Eye don't want to give me any money yet. That's sad. Did I recruit? Yeah. Okay. So we're ready. Dwarves will probably declare war this turn. What I'm hoping though is that they won't attack this turn, because you really don't want to fight Thorgrim in a straight up battle. So we'll see what happens, but I don't think they're going to attack just yet. Constructor. Okay, so we got that research done. And And yeah, I think at this point I'm going to go for Go Fast.
Trixie!
And since he hasn't declared war just yet, I'm going to go ahead and bring Skarsnik back this way. I'm not actually going to lead the attack with him though. I'm going to bring this guy along to attack him. And I'll just auto-resolve this. 188. That's... yeah. And that faction will be wiped out. Yeah, bloody spears are gone. Alright, so Sly got his giant spider, looks like.
You need me?
Skarsnik, so like that. Sly. You can get. Actually, I'm gonna get the missile resistance.
Nasty magic.
And for this guy, because he's a great shaman, I usually pick this first just to damage enemy lords a little easier, and then try and get 3 into Gabos before I start working on his personal abilities as a caster.
Oh, get here!
And he can recruit 2 units. I mean, yeah. So 2 full armies. My upkeep is still, you know, pretty healthy. So I'm gonna come up to Mount Gumbad and go ahead and get what are we gonna get? An additional 15%. Okay, yeah. And look at the upkeep for this lord. 130. That's
Happy to help.
ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Get him started out. Okay, now this turn, I think, can I get...
Skarsnik!
I can bring Skarsnik back some.
Now!
Alright. So this turn, we'll have a war declaration from the dwarves, pretty sure.
My lord, a rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
I mean... okay. I'll take the money. I'm not gonna let that stand for too long, but you know, I'll take their money for now. So the reason you need to get that 3rd army started just as soon as possible, as soon as you get both of these filled out,
Fine.
is because of what's his face up here. This guy, Crack Cadron. I can't remember his name. Ungram, maybe?
Supreme ruler of
I'm not real sure what his name is.
Trotters ready.
So, I'm gonna put you in ambush stance. Wait, do I have... sometimes you get... I did not get it though. So sometimes you'll get, I can't remember if it's an ancillary or what it is exactly, but you'll get an item or a follower that will increase Skarsnik's ambush chance.
Anything you say.
So let's go ahead and declare war on the dwarves. Maybe they will.
It is time! I thought I smelt Urk stench.
Attack us. And I've got Skarsnik in ambush stance, so if they attack, that'll be a really good thing. Go ahead and recruit with these guys. And that'll, so at the start of the next turn I'll have 13 units in this army getting ready to fight Ungram. So this is what I'm talking about, why Skarsnik is so fun though, with the reduced upkeep on all the goblin units and all of the different things you get buffing goblins to actually make them good units. You can have more of them and more armies. I don't know, it just seems like a lot of fun to me. Will the Red Eye give me any money?
Fine.
No. Well, that's a shame. Okay, so we'll end turn and see what happens. If you can't get Thorgrim to attack, or he doesn't do it on his own, you can still take 2 full armies to, you know, take him out there in the Pillars of Grugni, but it's better when he actually attacks, so you can try and get the ambush. We'll see. I don't think he's going to attack though. It may be because I have that second army at full strength. Maybe I should have waited a little bit. Okay. That's fine though. That's fine though. We'll just move our second army up and attack with Skarsnik. So, Pyrrhic victory, I would lose 3 Goblin Spearmen. Will I lose anything out of you? I mean, I feel like that's worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Just to make this shorter and... Holy crap. Wow. Nice auto-resolve. I don't know about that. You've got to be really careful with the auto-resolve. But still, with your high replenishment, that's not, you know, just the worst thing, but kind of hurts. But the main thing I wanted to show is, and I wanted to show it quicker so I auto-resolve, you are going to have to send probably your second army back to fight this guy before you're able to go after Karazakarak. But that's fine. Let's see, what did I lose? I think it was 3 spearmen units. Oh, actually, hold on. Nope, I can't do regiments of renown yet, so yes. 3 spearmen units. And then take your second army, move it back to Mount Squighorn, so they'll get more replenishment. And start recruiting back all the goblin spearman units you just lost. I mean, it's not horrible, but it could have been better. And this lord's at level 5. Skarsnik is at 8. I mean, this is going to turn out pretty good. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Ambusher. So, I should have picked this talent first and might have helped. But maybe next time. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. So, the point being, wow, hold on. So this army's at 19. Getting ready to fight Ungrim. Ungrim is kind of being slow going after the Red Eyes for some reason this game. But that's fine. I'm sitting at 8,400. I don't know how I'm ending up with that much money, but it always seems to happen. But this is 8 turns in. I'm about to get, I'll get this technology on the next turn. This will take 1 turn to unlock for more melee attack for your goblins. I mean, I'm pretty much ready to take on Karazakarak. I'll probably take this army and try and wipe out these guys. And then after they do that, I'll move them back up, use both armies to go after the dwarves. Will be probably what'll happen. With Skarsnik's lightning strike ability, I can pick off this army that's outside without actually having to fight the garrison and the second army in that fight. So this army is basically gone. And you can siege this for a few turns to make it easier, or just go ahead and attack it, whatever you feel comfortable with. And probably the next turn I will be ready to start moving this army up. I'll be able to move this army up and start a second army here. Just in case this one dies. I mean, you are fighting dwarves with goblins. It does happen if you have a bad battle. But, I mean, this is a really solid start here for Skarsnik's campaign. And I really think this is one of the more fun campaigns because of, you know, you're wanting to use some of the worst units in the game, all goblins. Yeah, and I'll within just a few turns I'll be ready to start moving south towards Karak 8 Peaks, and that at that point you can recruit orcs if you want to. Personally, I never really cared for recruiting orcs while I'm playing Skarsnik's campaign, just because of the sheer number of goblins you can field all the time. It's just more fun to me to have a bunch of supposedly weak armies that you can still fight with. But tell me what y'all think about this. I'm ready to call a log now. I could call it on Karazakarak right now, and that would make that would make basically all of my armies start getting more units. I could have 40 units per army. within a few turns. It's, I don't know. This campaign is a lot of fun. This is a pretty easy start. Just let me know what y'all think about it, and if you have any ideas for another guide like this to get a faction started that you really want to see, let me know in the comments and I'll work on that. But I've been thinking about making this video for a while, and I really enjoy this faction and wanted to share it. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and I'll see you next time.